Hi, this is Gina with day 2 of AudioMo. And before there was Columbo, there were the Warner Brothers television detectives. And before I can talk about the detectives, I have to briefly mention Westerns. From about 1957 to 1959-ish, there was a flood of Westerns on American television. It started as a trickle, and it became this thing where you could not watch an evening's worth of television without having 2, 3, or maybe even 4 Westerns on the American television networks. There were other programming on TV, but every production company had at least a couple of Westerns on the air. Warner Brothers Television had a boatload of them. The funny ones, the bloody shoot-'em-up bang-bang ones, and even the philosophical ones. They still used a gun, but they thought about killing people. And they thought. They still wound up shooting and killing the person, but they really thought about it. Warner Brothers was no dopes. They were looking around for the next big thing. They had talent under contract. They had sound stages and locations and sets from their movie days. All they had to do was come up with a formula and then tweak it a bit. The formula went something like this. You got an experienced older guy, maybe a famous movie star or an older-looking father figure type. You had a younger but somewhat experienced colleague, and to be on the safe side, you had some male cheesecake or beefcake. Beefcake, and a bit of eye candy for the fellas. Place it in an exotic location, and bada bing, you got yourself a show. And that is exactly what the studio did. If it didn't work the first time, you tweaked the formula, you moved some folks around, and eventually it clicked. When it does, you crank out the clones. Now, Warner Brothers Television was smart, but unfortunately also exploitative. Actors under contract got a flat fee for performances. If by some chance they had a hit record or even a movie, they got X amount of dollars and no more, or whatever the contract would allow. If the show was a success, it meant working 39 weeks cranking out those episodes. If it was a flop, they might let you try again with a new series, or they cut you loose quick, fast, in a hurry. You had to go out on promotional tours. You had to go out on personal appearances, even to the smallest of TV markets. The studio controlled a great deal of your professional life. On the upside, if your series was a success, everybody loved it. And when it didn't, it was tossed on the heap, and the search for the hits began again. Now, I do have a quiz for you. What were the 4 Warner Brothers television detective shows? No Googling. The answer in 3, 2, 1. It was Bourbon Street Beat, 77 Sunset Strip, Surfside 6, and Hawaiian Eye.